All right. Let me see if this thing works. Should be good. There we go. Connect the software. Very nice. Very nice. All right. Copy. Paste in the telly. Got the notification. And we are good. Okay. So I think 1013. Okay. I think we're good. Hello. Hello, everyone. First things first, of course, if you can hear me loud and clear, please let me know, and then we'll go ahead and begin. Quite a lot I want to talk about. Yesterday's moveset, liquidations, destruction, everything. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Awesome. Thank you, Mars El Toxico. Don't mind me, I'm sipping my coffee. I did not sleep last night. So many DMs going around. Okay, cool. So I just want to quickly touch base on Bitcoin. We'll start with Bitcoin. Ethereum, yada, yada, yada. But starting off on Bitcoin, you can see the fact that pretty much we had this bull trap opportunity right here. A lot of traders went extremely bullish here. This is actually when I went on my break and I told you guys like, hey, I'm taking a break for a few days. I had some family stuff so I had to take care of. But you can see that this area around the 106 region is a major resistance point, right? So you can see that give or take around these wicks, even if I want to draw it up here. So 106.8, there's quite a bit of resistance at that zone for Bitcoin. But what happened instead was we saw the market do a turnaround right here with a strong bearish engulfing. And this is pretty much the night I came back and I said, look, right now I am still bearish. And the reason for that is on the daily structure, we were still trading near our exponential moving averages, right? But what happened next, I don't think anyone could have expected. Bitcoin ended up breaking down structure to 98.7, right? So the main initial trade, Asia hours, I remember this very clearly. I said, hey, if the 100K region is broken, the next level is at 98.7. If that level ends up breaking, we are going to see a free fall situation. You can see that Bitcoin actually ended up breaking those levels. And this is pretty much how you can kind of, you pay attention here, but this is pretty much how you can kind of know when exactly we're going to see a capitulation, how to trade effectively from it, and this way, when to know to close your positions, when to know to stop DCAing in positions, and sit on your hands and let the market nuke. And I'll explain to you on Bitcoin, and then I'll show you on Ethereum the dangers of being on altcoins, mostly when you have this sort of situation. So you can see the first initial level here at 98.7, right? So now to know whether or not we are looking for a capitulation, all you really have to do is look at previous price analysis. So the first things first is when you can see at 98.7, we saw a candle hit, we saw a fake out, and then the break structure below. As soon as we lost 98.7, the next previous wick was at 97.7. As soon as we lost that level, now you're zooming out and saying, okay, this wick is gone. Where's the next wick? The next wick was at 97.1. You see how my lines are around that zone? What happens after that? Well, after 97.1, where was the initial move set started? So zooming out on the chart, where did the initial move set start? So it started right around here at the 91.8 region, 92K, let's just say, give or take, right? So you can see that when the initial break happened, so right here at 97.7, when the midterm support level was lost, we knew that it's not just gonna do something like this, okay? That's not how markets work. It usually always ends up falling right back to where it started, and then the continuation, if there is a continuation. And that's what happened on Bitcoin. Bitcoin structure came down, we hit that level, and then we pushed further out. But on Ethereum, this was disgusting. Okay, guys, like I can't even begin to explain to you how bad of a liquidation fest this was for those that were, you know, long on Ethereum or whatever. And again, this is something I talked about, and no one, realistically, no one should have been long on Ethereum, because the first message I sent the morning I woke up at like 7 a.m., I said, hey, if we break 30-20 short Ethereum, short as much as you can, because again, 30-20 is a midterm support level. I didn't do anything special here, guys, and I want to quickly explain to you the thought process behind this trade. You can see on Ethereum, we had a 1 test, a 2 test, 3 test, 4 test, whatever, or just consider this a second test. Now, 30-20 was a major midterm support. right? Now you can see that on previous price analysis, I uploaded the whole video for you guys and explained my little tinfoil hat moment. And I said, look, this level has already been tested and broken. Here we are again, and here we are again. Why does the market give a shit about this level specifically? Why do we keep coming back down to this level? What is important about this level? And you can see, once we ended up breaking 3020, a strong bearish engulfing down to 2800. What was the mistake a lot of people made here, right? So I'll do this on the daily time frame so you can kind of see a little bit better. But what was the mistake everyone made on the daily structure once we lost 3020? Well, the mistake was a lot of people started entering long positions at 2800, hoping for the fact that that's the end of the move set. For a lot of you guys, what did I tell you? I said, hey, if we end up losing 2800, it's a free fall to 26, right? You can see that the bottom of the move set was at 24. I didn't think we would go straight to 24. I thought 26 and then maybe a bounce. And the reason I said 26 was around this range right here, right? So this is what I assumed would be somewhat of the continuation, but no. Ethereum didn't even care about the 24, guys. Ethereum didn't give a shit about the 24. It went all the way down to the 21. To put it into perspective, guys, yesterday's 4-hour candlestick was $900. Well, the daily candlestick, but if you want to do 4-hour, yeah, about $700. That is huge. It doesn't matter if you were on 2x, 3x, 1x leverage. You pretty much got liquidated, right? And that's the issue with a lot of people is when you're using this little dollar cost average strategy or, you know, just in general with your trade setups, and I'm not going specifics here, but I'm just letting you know that, you know, for those of you that are leverage trading, and let's say you're in a position here at 30.97 and you're in a long, but now the market comes down to 33,000. And then you add to that position, which brings your liquidation lower and lower and lower. And you're like, well, there's no way the market can keep going lower. It has to bounce sooner or later, right? And I think that was a reality check for a lot of people last night, is the market did in fact not give a relief rally. It pretty much continued pushing lower and lower and liquidating pretty much every single person along the way. And this was a capitulation down to 2100. Now, looking at Ethereum in the current structure, would I be looking for buying opportunities? Same with Doge, same with Bitcoin. And this is the danger where a lot of people make the mistake. Right now, looking at Ethereum, there's no reason to be bullish, right? Yes, we have seen a relief rally from 2100 back into 27. Everyone is parading, saying that was the bottom. If you sold, you're an idiot, yada, yada, yada. The same folks at 106K were saying, oh, buy the dip, right? This is why the difference between this channel and them is the fact that, look, we are still trading below our exponential moving averages, right? What you don't want to see as in Asia hours is another drop formation back towards the downside. And that's what you see during downtrend starting. You see the market come down, relief, come down, relief, and start creating new lower lows as it pushes lower. So what I'm paying attention to right now is simply just the exponential moving averages. I will make it very simple. And the reason for that is I don't know if the market is going to break lower or, of course, going to continue pushing higher. No one knows, right? No one can tell you and sit here and be like on YouTube and say, at this time, on this day, we're going to hit the 220 EMA, right? We don't know, right? So same thing with Bitcoin this morning when I said we're looking for an exponential moving retest. We hit that level. But then what happened? We broke that level, and then what happened? We broke that level as well, and the 20 continued pushing higher. But in terms of Ethereum, what happened? Nothing, right? Nothing happened in order, like, look, Ethereum's literally pushing lower as Bitcoin is now starting to see its little reversal from 102. That is the problem with altcoins right now. There is absolutely no reason for you guys to be leveraging altcoins, and I'm speaking on most people here that are in these random altcoins that make no sense. Because when the market ends up seeing a nuke, you are getting liquidated, right? So what I'm paying attention to for Ethereum is simply the exponential moving average retest. Once we get the retest, then let's focus on the bigger picture. Is Ethereum going to bounce? But without the retest, there's absolutely nothing we can do right now in terms of a trade setup. And I'll explain to you why. If we're looking at Ethereum here, let's say I look for a long position, right? Okay, I'm going to take a long position on Ethereum. I don't know if the market is actually going to go test the exponential moving average. What happens when Bitcoin just ends up falling back down to 98.7, right? Well, let's just assume Bitcoin fell. Well, what's going to happen to my Ethereum trade? I'm immediately going to get liquidated, right? So I'm just going to see a breakdown structure again. But let's say I enter a shorting position, right? I'm just giving an example. Let's say, okay, it looks like it's rejecting, so I'm going to enter a short. Market does something like this, and then it comes back to the exponential moving average. Now I'm liquidated regardless. And that's why I tell you guys, learn to sit on your hands. Yesterday, I gave you the trade for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, for Doge, and if you ended up shorting anything yesterday, you made life-changing money. And I know a lot of you guys did 10x your accounts overnight. There's a ton of people that did from those shorts. You saw that guy that was up 5,200% from the same exact setup for Doge at 29 to 21. It was a massive day for a lot of people, right? But right now, there's just too much noise in the market. And that's why I'm telling you, there's no clear structure right now for a trade setup, mostly on Bitcoin and Ethereum, because again, we don't know what the market is going to do. What I'm paying attention to though is what I'm looking for is the EMAs. If Ethereum breaks above 2960, which is the 20 exponential moving average, I will be looking for long positions again. But if Ethereum ends up breaking below the EMAs, all I'm going to do is keep this very simple. This is the level I'm going to pay attention to. 2400 breaks, I enter a short position. Why is this not considered the new wick low at all the way down here at 24.29? Well, there's a few reasons for that, right? Is when you're looking at it from that perspective, I personally don't want to be looking for a trade setup around the 22-2100 because again, that's a major daily support level. If I'm looking for a scalp position, I would rather trade this wick compared to waiting all the way down to 2100 and then entering a short position. It's almost like you're a bottom short at that point. Does that make sense? Because again, we have to understand that this wick was a capitulation wick. It does not happen like that normally. The wicks that are more interesting are these few wicks right here. So that's the levels that I would be paying attention to, not the main level here at 21. And again, let me give the realistic perspective here. If 2100 breaks, guys, it's going to be the least of your worries at 2100 should I short. Because again, the next level from 2100 and below, I know this is getting really messy in terms of chart, so I do apologize, but I'm trying my best here. Anything below 21 and Ethereum heads back to around 1500. Like, you know, I mean, like, I'm not going to say, oh, you know, we're going back to 1500 is over, but I'm just giving you a level perspective here. That's the reality of things, right? The same thing when I said at 3000 Ethereum, you know, we could easily see a 2100 Ethereum or 2300 Ethereum. If you go back through my Telegram message, you'll see it somewhere. It's the same thing, right? Same people are like, oh, no, Pingu, you're crazy. It'll never happen. And then it happened. And they're like, oh, I've never seen anything like this. And it's because this is your first cycle, or even 2020 was your first cycle. You were not there during the 2017, 2018 fiasco of garbage, literally manipulation across the board and these huge wicks that we saw. That's how I knew the fact that yesterday, like, look, guys, I mean, my charts and my lines are, yes, I know they're accurate, but not only accurate, I save you guys a lot of money from making dumb mistakes because I made those stupid mistakes when I first started. So when I say, hey, sit on your hands, I genuinely mean, like, do not trade, do not look at the charts. I don't care if Trump said, hey, Bitcoin's the new federal, I don't care. That's the point of the conversation, guys. And this is why I get so frustrated, is because some people message me and say, Pingu, I lost everything. I was long. I counter traded you. I don't know what I was doing. I can't help you, man. I really can't help you. I'm just not responding to people like that anymore, because at the end of the day, if I send the message and I say, hey guys, I personally am waiting. I think you guys should wait too. Sit on your hands, wait for this level. Once this level hits, we can talk. And then you prematurely enter and then a liquidation or capitulation fest happens and you lose everything. I have no sympathy for you, right? Because again, you made that mistake yourself of entering the trade on your own. That's not how this market works. And I keep telling you guys, leverage is a two-way street. Even if you weren't leveraging, a lot of you guys, and I'll give the example on Doge, were in spot positions for buying opportunities on Doge, which makes no sense to me. A lot of you guys in the comments yesterday on Doge were saying, oh, Pingu, I'm in a 36-cent trade. I bought the top of Doge. What do I do? Dude, like, for the past 2 weeks, I've been saying, hey, unless we're above 35, using as support, there's no longs. A lot of people started entering long positions here, which I genuinely very confused, because again, unless you're above 35 cents on Doge, which even that is a major resistance, you can see that pretty much was a clean trade setup regardless, right? Buying opportunity would have been, sure, you could have entered 21 last night. That was a good amount of percentage gains, 21 to 28. But the same thing like Doge in the video this morning I made is we don't have confirmations, right? People are going to prematurely enter Doge here at around 28 and make the same mistake. They're going to enter here, think it's like, oh my God, a bull run, we're back, altcoins are booming, and then we end up falling again. Yes, it can continue going lower. And I'll give you guys a perfect example of this, mostly on Doge, of an example of how it can go low, right? So you can see on Doge from previous price analysis, I'll give you this one. So from around the 24th of April, Doge saw a run from around 12 cents to the peak of 22. What happened next? Doge ended up breaking structure all the way back to around 12 cents. A lot of traders started entering the consolidation thinking it was going to continue pushing higher. What happened next? It drops all the way down to 8 cents. That's a 50% corrective move, or almost 70% corrective move if you were the 22-cent guy, dropping down to 8 cents. And that's why I tell you guys, that would have been, hey, sit on your hands. And for those of you that didn't listen and got bored and, you know, are like, oh, what if the price doesn't come back? You ended up losing everything. But you guys also remember this trade set up back for 8 cents for October, when I said, oh, look, it is October. Yeah, so October, if you go back in the Telegram and just search up October 2024, we actually entered the trade here. We actually long Doge. It was probably the biggest trades we ever done in the channel for Shiba and Doge, and a lot of you guys remember that. And that's the point, guys, is I will tell you when the time comes to enter your favorite altcoins and spot positions and whatever. In terms of leverage, when I say sit on your hands, it means sit on your hands. If I'm not messaging the Telegram, it's because I don't want you guys to trade. It's not because, oh, you know, Pingu's doing, it doesn't have time for us or anything. No, it's not that. It just literally means if I'm not trading, why the hell are you trading? It makes no sense to me, guys. And it frustrates me sometimes because I'm like sitting here and I'm like, dude, I look at these charts for like 9 hours a day for you guys. Like I am doing all the legwork. All I need you to do is just sit there and listen to what I say. If you don't want to listen, then cool, lose your money. I don't care, right? I really don't. But for those of you that are listening, when I say sit on your hands, it can be 2 weeks of you sitting on your hands. But if you're guaranteed money at the end of those 2 weeks, who wouldn't do that? You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, in terms of Ethereum and Bitcoin, there's no trade setup. There's no reason for you guys to be guessing. Later in Asia hours, maybe in about 8 hours, we might have a trade setup right back up to 29.32. So you could definitely play something like that. What I mean by that is if the 9 exponential moving average breaks, so something like this, then you can enter a long position on the retest for a possible move to the 20. And the reason why it's the same thing like Bitcoin, right? Usually Bitcoin went first, Ethereum went next. It's a little bit different now, right? So now we're seeing a little bit different of a market where Ethereum really doesn't give a shit what Bitcoin does, and it just does its own thing. So again, that's a possible trade setup, but that's not a good trade setup. A good trade setup is something like this. Market ends up breaking above 29.60, a clean V-shaped formation back into 3K. We break 3K and we ride a massive long position into 3,300. That's about a $300 gain right here in this position. A $300 move guaranteed once we break above the EMAs. I would rather have that. I don't know about you guys, but I would rather have that versus trying to guess where the exponential moving averages are going to do. Are we going to end up hitting and rejecting? Are we going to end up hitting and breaking? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not trading. I can't teach you guys stuff like that because that's not how trading works. Trading is, I send it, hey, wick break, okay, we have confirmation, boom, 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 long. Or, hey, we lost support, we lost a wick, boom, 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 short. That's how I trade. And that's why it's so profitable, is because when the market actually breaks, you actually see movement on the 4-hour time frame, right? You guys are always like, oh, Pingu, why is it when you come and say the message, then the break happens? It's because I don't sit there and try to guess. I don't care. Like right now, Bitcoin's sitting at a 102, right? Okay, awesome. Looks great. It looks great. But when I'm looking at it from this perspective, I'm also seeing it, okay, well, we didn't break above the exponential move. We did break above the exponential movement averages, but we didn't retest them as support. What if the market comes down and hits the support from 102 to down to 99 now? What's going to happen to Ethereum? Okay, so look, Ethereum now is testing the 9 exponential moving average. So we just talked about the exponential moving averages. Now we're seeing the 9 hit. What's going to happen now, right? So if I'm looking for a trade setup, there's 2 ways to do this. And I'll explain this to you live. So first way is, of course, waiting for the break. And then you could look for a long position into 28.60. This is a little bit riskier of a position because, again, you're playing momentum right into the 20 exponential moving average. Number 2 is you wait for the candle close. So in about 2 hours, if the market actually breaks above and closes above, wait for the retest and then enter the next long position into the 20 EMA. That's the other way, right? So there's two ways to trade that. Personally speaking, they're both very high risk because, again, it's like in between the exponential moving average is not a trade. So for a lot of you conservative traders, the ones that are simply waiting, you're waiting for this level to play out around 29.60. But yeah, like there was a lot of opportunities in the market. Like you guys saw with my noob cap position, I'm up like 7-8 grand, I think, right now. It was a very simple bid opportunity, right? Even Cardano down from 50 cents. That's insane. I didn't even see that. But yeah, it's the same thing, right? So capitulation on Cardano down to 50 cents. Market destroyed those late longs and longs in general. And now we're seeing a relief rally. Same thing with Cardano though, right? Look, we have not yet tested the 20 EMA. We have not yet tested. This is where things get interesting, right? Let me show you something. So look at Cardano, right? On the current structure. Do you notice something? Look at how Cardano, look at where Cardano fell. It fell at the 84 cent range, right? But looking at previous price analysis, 84 cents was a major structure. But now Cardano is heading back into the 20 exponential moving average, which is also lining up at the 84 cent level. What's going to happen, right? What you want to pay attention to for Cardano is, for example, if I'm looking at a trade setup, I'm going to sit on my hands and wait for the 20 EMA to hit. Once it hits, I'm going to see how the 84 cent level plays out. Because if the 84 cent level rejects, remember what I used to teach you guys? Old support turns into new resistance equals bearish, right? So old support, this is old support, now turns into new resistance equals bearish. But if we break back above, retest as support, what does that mean, guys? That means that this was the bottom, the local bottom, and we're going to continue pushing higher from there because the market has officially retested the 84 cents, right? So major support, retested the exponential moving averages. So the worst case scenario is now done. I am more confident to enter those trade setups now that the worst case scenario has finished. Does that make sense? Are you guys following along? Does that make sense to you guys? So I hope that makes sense, right? So what we're looking for is a break structure above 84, retest the support, and now we have multiple reasons why to look for a long. So now here's XRP, for example. So on XRP, we saw a huge liquidation fest down to $1.78. I forget who messaged me and said, hey, Pingu, where can XRP go? And I said $1.80, and they're like, nah, you're crazy. And it happened, right? So again, it wasn't luck. It just, like, I don't know why I chose $1.80, but $1.80 was a level. So now look at XRP, okay? XRP held above $2.17, and right now it's currently fighting between the exponential moving average. But pay attention. Look at the previous price analysis. Where exactly was the previous support, right? So the previous support was at 273, multiple wicks, right? Multiple resistance. This is a big level for XRP. Right now, we're seeing XRP fighting for this level. Am I looking for trades in here? No, right? There's no reason to trade here because, again, we are in between our exponential moving average. What we're looking for is a break structure above 273 because what does that do if that happens? We're now above our 9 exponential moving average. We are now above our 20 exponential moving average. So that's two reasons why I would be looking for more long positions now. Number 2, we were completely oversold. Number 3, we are now retesting the same support as support again. If you want more confirmation, play the previous wick. So the previous wick would be at $2.84, right? If that wick ends up breaking, I know that this is a free long position back into at least $3.10 for the V-shaped completion. If I go on the daily structure, what do I see? $2.90 is the next retest for the EMA. So this is how scalping kind of works, right? If I break above 273 and hold, I know the dailies are around $2.93. So I can take a long position somewhere up here, and then I know, okay, I'm facing a lot of resistance, not only in the daily, but the 4 hours as well. Time to close that position. But that's how I would trade it. Right now, a lot of traders, what they'll do is they'll look at it like, okay, well, Bitcoin's pushing up, Ethereum's pushing up, I'm gonna take a long position. You know, and that's where the mistake happens, is like, then the market starts rejecting. So same thing with Ethereum, right? We just went over this trade, but What did I say? I said there's two ways to trade this. Number one is you can either enter a position now into the 20 exponential moving average, or wait for the candle close, get the market to retest, and then enter again to 2900. Again, both trades are very risky because we don't know what the exponential moving average is going to do. How can you trade this effectively? Is just simply wait for the EMAs to hit. Once it hits, you don't have to trade this noise that happened in between. Wait for them to hit, close above, retest the support. Guaranteed money, folks. Guaranteed money. Guaranteed money once you are above the EMAs, because the worst case scenario has already completed. There's no reason for you to worry about it. So you see what's happening on Ethereum right now? That's how you trade these levels, right? If you want to force a trade, if you really want to force a trade and you don't understand what you're doing, then just watch the EMAs. Sometimes it's a guaranteed money profit. Like this morning I said, look, the, Bitcoin most likely ends up hitting the exponential moving average. You could have scalped to the EMA. Once it hits the EMA, awesome. I didn't mean to do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like once it hits the EMA, awesome, you're profiting. But look at Ethereum right now. It's squeezing. Where is it going? This is the hard part, right? We don't know when this squeeze is done. And what I mean by that is you don't know when this pullback is going to happen on the EMA. But if you're riding it, look at it squeeze right now, right? You have a directional trade. I'm doing this live, by the way, so there's no bullshit here. We're doing this live. So it's 2834 as of right now. What was it? 2800 when you started. Even if you took the break of the 9 exponential moving average and you wanted to play it into the 20, that's about a $20 trade. You're in profit regardless right now. Remember, there's two ways to trade this. One is play the break. Number two is wait for the candle close, so an hour and 58. Wait for the retest as support, and then re-enter the long into the 20 EMA. Both scenarios will go to the 20 exponential moving average. Why? Because it acts as a major magnet, right? We have not yet tested this level. It will act as a major magnet. Now it's at 240. But you see where the volatility is coming in from now? So that's how scalping works. What I would do in this sort of situation is let's assume I took the trade. And I took the trade around at 2800. Let's assume. And now the trade hit at 2840. I would have placed my stop losses in profit as it pushes up. Why? Because I don't want to get trapped, like you see now, 2817. I don't want to get trapped in the trade if the market reverses and rejects the 9 EMA. This is a little bit of an aggressive trading type, right? I will teach you guys this more in the mentorship stuff. Again, it's free before anyone jumps ahead and says, incoming course. No, it's free. I'm just showing you a little bit more advanced techniques as we go. But yes, there are opportunities in this market regardless on 4 hours, but I'm just showing you the example. What a lot of traders will do from a conservative standpoint is they're going to wait for the candle close. And once it ends up retesting as support, you can take a secondary position for the EMA. Now, what happens if the market pushes to the exponential moving average without the retest? Like we saw on Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin didn't give a shit about the retest. You saw it broke into the 9, broke into the 20, and kept pushing. That happens. That's the reality of EMAs. But the good news is, hey, we already got the retest now, right? Let's assume Ethereum goes straight to the 20. Let's assume you missed a trade. Are you going to be upset? No, because guess what? There's another trade opportunity once we overcome the 20 exponential moving average. That's a more confident trade because now you already have the worst case scenario. Worst case, the liquidation at 2100 is done. Number 2, we broke above the 9. Number 3, we are now above the 20. Number 4, 2960 was a major support. Now it's acting as a major resistance. If I break above, what does that mean? A bullish confirmation. That's 4 reasons why I would take a position at 2960. Where would I close my position? Right here. So 3060 was the major support. That's going to act as major resistance. So from here to here, it's a guaranteed profit zone. But hey, guess what? If the market breaks above 3067, where's the next level? 3200. Where's the next level? 3,300. And that's just pretty much how you can ride your trade for profit all the way through. There's no excuse for you guys to be entering trades prematurely. I am sitting here holding your hand, and I do this every single day, guys. For the past 2 years of this channel, there is no more excuses. I have no sympathy for people that end up losing money or end up getting liquidated because they are impatient and they don't understand when to sit on your hands. There is no, like, dude, go through my Telegram. Every single trade, Solana, Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything I posted yesterday hit the levels and more. But we had a week and a half of quietness. I didn't send anything. I was playing with Pokemon cards, and that's the reality of the channel. Sometimes I'm busy doing my own thing, but I will always take care of you guys. There's no reason for you to prematurely trade on your own, and that's the point. Why pay someone for VIP when I can do it and run around? You guys saw that message with that VIP channel? They ended up getting liquidated. They were long. Imagine paying money to someone and them being wrong and you still losing money and then you still have to pay a monthly subscription. That's insane to me. So, everyone, press 1 if you learned something today. Please, I need to know, because I feel like sometimes I just talk and then like people still make mistakes and it just confuses me. Press 1 if you learned something today. I made a Doge video already, right? So the Doge video is there. Everything is good with Doge, all right? I already talked about Doge early on too. But again, same thing with Doge, nothing until the 29 cents is broken. Okay, awesome, cool. I am gonna go enjoy my day. Thank you guys for coming. The next stream will be on Twitch. I am moving over to Twitch, okay? So if you don't have a Twitch account, make a Twitch account. If you want to comment, you don't have to. You can still watch my videos, cool. But if you want to comment, make a Twitch account. Yeah, okay, so that's about it. No one get liquidated, please, and no one over leverage. I explained the next setups, and I will continue explaining them in Telegram. The Telegram is free. There is no money required, right? There's no money required. It is absolutely free. So there you go. There's a Telegram channel. No, it has to be above the orange line. So look, you're already jumping ahead. It has to be above the orange line. So it's not above the orange line. But look at Ethereum. That's pretty cool to see, right? Look at that trade setup. Now it heads into the 20 EMA, most likely, right? But again, am I trading this? No. I'm just showing you an example, and I did that live with you guys, of how to effectively trade like this. Look at Ethereum go. It's literally squeezing into the 20 EMA. But if you, look, and again, just really quickly before I end it, if you didn't enter here, here, or here, and you enter here, and now the trade reverses, that is your issue. And that's the thing a lot of people make mistakes is, they'll enter like $50 later and then say, oh, Pingu, what happened? No, again, if you're an aggressive trader and you miss your entry, you are now waiting 1 hour and 53 minutes for the candle close, or you're waiting until 29.60 and then the continuation. If you enter here now, it is completely on you and completely up to you if you want to scalp it. But again, there's now risks involved from where we were at 2,800 to now 2,850. It's a $50 difference. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so 29.60 is the zone that I want to pay attention to. Break above that, free ride into 30.67. Break above that, and Ethereum heads back into 3,300. Pretty easy, pretty simple math. Yeah, cool. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I'm in 100. Okay, so Common took the trade. Okay, Common, congrats, brother. If you took the trade, cool, happy for you guys. Again, like, it was just a simple education / trade setup situation. I'll start doing those more, so more people actually, come and, join the trades that we can do together. Some people ask me for that, so I was like, all right, cool, I'll try it today. But yeah, if you took the trade, great, your profit. If not, again, it is not the end of the world if you didn't take the trade. Even though Ethereum is pushing higher right now, there's going to be more opportunities in this market. Just give it like 8 hours, maybe even 4 hours. Once we see the 20 EMA retest, cool, we'll talk then, right? We'll talk tonight. Usually from now until 8 p.m., it's all chop anyways. That's why I disappear for a few hours and I come back late at night. It's because there's no reason to trade, right? So now looking at Bitcoin, same thing. Would I take a long position here? It's kind of risky. We haven't tested our exponential moving averages. There's more downside risk. But if the Bitcoin's continue to push higher, Ethereum's going to continue pushing higher. It's a squeezed market, right? Yeah, okay. I don't want to keep saying the same things over and over, but I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Guys, okay, quickly, guys, you're not listening. Doge, 0.29768, this orange line. Doge is now testing the exponential moving averages. Once it breaks above, retests as support, then yes, you have your confirmation of a trade. If you're entering here prematurely and you end up losing, it is on you. I just explained to you guys how prematurely is dangerous. Even if it hits the 29 cents and breaks above, but it doesn't get the candle close, it is not a trade setup. That's not how it works. You have to wait for the close above, retest as support, and then go for it. Does that make sense? We don't know if it's going to go down. That's the whole point. Nobody knows, and that's why. Don't make it... Oh, man, that's a nasty trade, though. Holy, look at that. 28.70 for Ethereum. Simple, simple, simple. Simple, simple, simple. Okay. Yeah, and last thing, if you're not on Blowfin, and, you know, at the end of the day, at this point, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. You're literally missing out on free money. They are literally giving us thousands of dollars for free. Every month I show you guys, some people make $5,000 just from trading. Like an extra $5,000 for free for doing the same shit you're doing on every other exchange. The link is in the bio. The fees are very cheap compared to most exchanges. And again, everything moving forward, if you're not on Blowfin, don't say, oh, I didn't know. That's all I'm going to say. There's a lot of stuff coming out for Pingu. That will be the only requirement. There's no subscription. There's no paid VIP channels. I have nothing. It'll always be free. So yeah. All right. Have a good day. Holy shit, Ethereum. That's crazy. Okay, peace out. I gotta go. See you guys.